Welcome back to Ringer Tailgate. I'm your host, Tate Frazier. It's the Wednesday edition of the show, and Van Lathan has the football back in the studio. He's already pump faking right now, and there is a pump fake that's happening in college football. Is Bill Belichick done? There's rumors that he could be out already. We got a lot to get to today. We got big reactions, big questions, obviously a big week of games. But first and foremost, let's say what's up to the guys. Van Lathan, how you doing, man? Good to see you.
I am fantastic. The week of college football officially begins now with Ringer Tailgate.
I love it. And Joel, good to see you, man. How you doing on this Wednesday afternoon?
I'm fantastic, man. It's great. And it's really hard to convince people that you work for a living when you actually get to talk about something you be doing anyway. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I'm grateful today, man. I've got a spirit of blessings or whatever radiating off me.
Van's already laughing at that, but I will say,
McClurkin over here.
Yeah,
What
man.
the hell?
Wait, why gotta be Donnie McClurkin? Don't make Donnie McClurkin.
My brother
You don't
asked
have
me
to
a
be
question
McClurkin.
real quick. Would you consider your hair to be a flat top? Because he said, so listen, my brother goes, it's you and Tate and the brother with the flat top. And I was like, that's not a flat top, bro.
No, man. It's not a flat
And then he was like, that's kind of a flat top.
Dog.
You got Joel and roll down.
He calling me Alan West, man.
Like Patrick Ewing. Would you consider that to be a flat top?
No, I've had a flat top when I was in middle school, and that was real.
See.
Like it was really, high. I had the sides faded. This is a less of a fade. I don't know what you would call this, because I don't know what kind of haircut this is called. I just when I go in there, I say, hey man, just take a little off the top and make sure to fade and line me up, and that's all.
There you go.
So no, so yeah, it's not to Van's brother. This is not a flat top, man.
Yeah.
Don't call it that. That's embarrassing. that's how I feel like Alan West, man. Them people walking around with
everything
a flat
comes
top.
back in style. Flat tops, wallabies, right? Everything can come back in style.
Tate, on the cool, I can make an argument that your shit is a flat top too.
Do you think he was talking about me now?
He could. I can make an argument. Your shit is a flat. Tate, your shit is kind of a. You got the kind of Johnny Bravo shit popping a little bit. No,
Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
This is Ringer Tailgate presented by FanDuel, and if you're betting on college football, FanDuel's the place to do it. They've got everything. Same game parlays, quick bets for when you want to jump in live, and futures available all season long to make your playoff predictions. The app's fast, it's easy to use, and best of all, when you win, you get paid out instantly. Download the FanDuel app or go to FanDuel.com/tailgate to get started. The Ringer is committed to responsible gaming. Please visit rg-help.com to learn more about the resources and helplines available, and listen to the end of the episode for additional details. Must be 21 or older in present and select states, and 18 and older in D.C., Kentucky, and Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. Let's talk about Johnny Footballs. Not actually Johnny Football. We're not going to talk about him. But, let's get back on track here. Let's talk about Bill Belichick. We got reports. We got rumors circulating. We have a lot of parents describing this as a toxic nature of Bill Belichick's football program. We got a report from Hill 247 that there's, quote-unquote, a potential exit strategy, discussions about coaches. We got reports that one coach already has been suspended for 2 weeks. Maybe Freddie Kitchens could be out as the offensive coordinator. So a lot is happening in the worlds of Carolina football. We used to flip the coin, Coach Prime, Coach Belichick. Let's start here with Coach Belichick. Joel, when you see these reports and you see the Jays all getting together and they're talking about this, are you buying into the idea that this could be the beginning of the end? Like, where are we already at that point so far? We're only 6 weeks in.
I mean, I already thought the beginning of the end was somewhere early in the first quarter against Clemson. That was clear when this is going nowhere and that you can't let this continue. I always think about it this way, because sometimes I'm like, they're just some people that they never have a good headline, man. Like Malik Beasley. Like when Malik Beasley got caught up, I was like, bro, I've never seen him in a good headline.
Josh Gordon,
yeah, man. You just never, I'm just like, hey, man, I've never seen like good news associated with him. With Bill Belichick, when is the last time there's been a headline that you were like, oh, okay, things seem to be going fine. They've got things under control down there in Chapel Hill. Like things are heading in the right direction. Everything has either been spectacle or embarrassing. And I mean, who's getting anything out of it? If like it would be embarrassing to be fired or be pushed out before the end of the year, but really, what is he staying around for? Because you really can't let him come back next year, right? And I mean, they need to get started on another thing. I mean, Bill Belichick's legacy is mostly secure. Nobody will remember this in 10 years. So I would have to think the process is already starting. And if it becomes official this week, great. Because what is it, Scott Strickland, I think the athletic director at Florida, or maybe, no, actually it wasn't him, it's Jeremy Fowler. And he said something along the lines of what must be done eventually must be done immediately.
Wow. First of all, I want to say that both Josh Gordon and Michael Beasley, would you say Michael or Malik?
Malik Beasley.
Okay, either one of them. Both of those guys, shout out to them because they had incredible talent, and I don't want to pile on those brothers and whatever they did. Sometimes there were some good headlines when I saw with them. Josh Gordon. I was watching Josh Gordon highlights.
I love Josh Gordon. H-Town.
It's going crazy, man.
Mm-hmm. So good.
Freak. So good. All right, so shout out to them. Love and peace to all of them and all of that stuff. No love and peace to this situation. This is a debacle. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Tate, I'm sorry. Look, we've eaten around the edges of it, and we got to talk about it.
Eating around the edges.
Exactly, right? Now
let's eat the bread, yeah.
Now we about to eat the motherfucking middle. You know what I'm talking about. You know how that goes. Tate, this is embarrassing. This is a shit show. Let me tell you, if anything, fuck what happens on the field. Forget about that. If anything, you would expect culture and discipline to exist at North Carolina. It's Bill Belichick. It's Bill Belichick that they hired. You would expect a really strong culture and discipline. You'd expect the entire thing to be buttoned up. And it's the bad news fucking Bears over there.
It's completely unbuttoned. Yeah.
There's nothing on the field that even resembles a competitive football team. Then you have Jordan on the field itself. The coach is,
supposed to be banned from the field, by the way, but still on the field. Yeah.
And then you have parents complaining. You have coaches being disciplined. You have rumors coming out of the program. This is one of the most monumental failures in management from a head coach of Bill Belichick's caliber that I can remember in college football. I can't remember something going this badly when it was expected to go at least somewhat smoothly. You got to give me, forget what I think, you got to give me your read of this situation as a Carolina diehard basketball, football, and soccer fan.
I love all the sports in North Carolina. Shout out to the baseball team, lacrosse team, field hockey, everybody involved. It's my alma mater. I love these guys. And look, this is a quote that I have. You guys ever seen the movie The Wife with Glenn Close? You remember that movie, 2017? Yeah, good movie. Here's a quote from it. There's nothing more dangerous than a writer whose feelings have been hurt. These writers have no access, and their feelings have been hurt. And when you lose football games, they are going to write every single thing terrible about what is going on. They're going to dig it up. They're going to figure it out, and they're going to put it out to the world. And I think right now what's happening, this is the feedback loop. Van's upset right now. I'm telling you,
are you fucking kidding me, Tate? Are you going? Hold on for a second.
No.
Wait, hold on, Van. Wait. So Tate, are you blaming the media? Is that what Van's
No. I'm not blaming the media. I'm saying, what did you expect when this is the product? You know what I mean? Like these are writers that you have cut out access to, that you've not let them come around the program. They have nothing really other than to talk and dig from, sources within the program, whether it be parents, whatever it is. And they have every right to write the story because look at the product on the field. So, winning can absolve all of these issues, right? If you win games and you look competent on the football field, all this stuff makes sense, I guess, and it's okay. When you put out something as bad as it has been against the Power 4 teams that they have played, then of course the feedback loop is going to be so dire and so terrible and so horrific that these stories are going to come out of everywhere. And we're at this point right now.
Let me tell you what, guys, what Tate just did. This is Tate. I'm gonna do my Tate impression right now. You guys need to watch the video. The fake news media. The fake news media.
No.
Wow.
I see you back there. Where are you from? Are you from CBS fake news? Is that where you're from?
There's no fake news here.
The fake news media. You blame the fake news media.
I'm just saying, when you turn away the writers and you turn away the media and you act like you're above it, hubris is a hell of a drug. And I think there is no humility in that building, and they're learning it in real time. That they thought they were going to the minor leagues, right? They thought that they were going to go from the NFL, go down to the minor leagues. It was going to be easy money, cash money. This is a totally different sport. And guess what you have to deal with college football? Parents. Guess what you have to deal with college football?
Do you think this awakening has been too rude for Belichick? You think he's wilting under the pressure of the college football culture?
I just think humiliation is the only way to get him back on track. And I think that the humiliation news cycle is happening in real time. You have NCAA violations in a world where you can't even get violations without doing something really, really dumb. And they already have done that. You know what I mean? They've already done something really dumb by selling tickets and selling parking passes and all that sort of stuff. So now you got coaches on the chopping block. I'm just saying, what did you expect the media to do? Like, yes, they could build you up and say you're the greatest coach ever, but when you give them no access and you act like you're above it and you have this level of pretension to everything you do, they're going to turn on you, and they're going to turn hard, and they're going to laugh and gobble it up and enjoy every second of it. And that's what's happening right now.
I feel like, Tate, you took a really circuitous route to get to the media here. You know what I'm saying? In all fairness.
I get it now.
I sort of get it, you know.
I'm just saying, scorned writers are going to do what they do. They're going to cook.
I think the thing is, though, is that there's such bad fuck-ups that it didn't even really require good reporting, right? Like, depending on what you think of Pablo Torre's investigation into it, like, that didn't really implicate the program.
By the way, Pablo's coming back. I have sources. Pablo is working on his next investigative piece about our girl Jordan. So here we go.
Again, so I'm just, I think the point that I'm taking from what you said, Tate, is that they have nothing. They have nothing to project to the public that is positive. Also, what could a recruit, how could you sign there now? Like maybe, I guess if North Carolina is your best offer and, it's that G5 school that apparently that they keep beating everybody out for the transfers in the past year. But if you don't have if you have other options, why would you go to North Carolina right now? You don't know who the coach is going to be. Why would you want to play for the coach that's there right now? It just doesn't make a lot of sense, man. So that's why I think, to the extent that North Carolina has any power, the administration has any power in this situation, and they just want to go ahead and salvage their reputation and move on from this, just move fast, man. Get that old man out of there. He'll be fine. He's going to go right back up to some, nice beach house in New England, and Jordan's going to get bored with him eventually, but at least he'll have some time. God. At least he'll have some time with her before she moves on.
Tate, in all seriousness, being a part of the culture there, why did Bill Belichick want this job? What was the stated reason? What made Bill Belichick, after the most successful run in maybe in American pro sports history, maybe you could say that, being that it's 6 Super Bowls in the NFL, which is just a notoriously difficult sport to win in for a very, very long time over the course of that. Why did he want to do this? Because the college coaches that I know have such a strong want that want translates into their process. They want to build young men, and maybe they do. They want to build a culture, and maybe they do. They want to win. They must win. They have to win. And they believe that their process is pure enough to get those wins. What was Bill Belichick's want? Why did he? It doesn't seem like he gives a shit. He doesn't even give a shit about the perception of his program. Forget what happens on the field. Mm-hmm. Like, what's going on with the reputation of North Carolina football or Bill Belichick as a coach. He doesn't care about any of that stuff. Like, he was talking to people at Good Morning America, and a girl told Bill Belichick, shut up. And Bill Belichick, shut up.
We're not talking about that. Also, he came out in public. He came out public with a sweater with a hole in it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just even by like your hoodie swag, it's just like
distressed.
I think it's 2 words when you to answer your question. I think it's 2 words.
It's
money.
Just raggedy.
You know what I mean? Like, I think it's money. I mean, this is really what he's the 9th highest coach, highest paid coach in college football. $10 million a year.
He's wealthy.
He is wealthy, but you're also funding a lifestyle of a young person that like, look, man, doing TV appearances for $2,500 ain't going to pay the bills. You know what I mean? But you know what would? Being the head coach, being in a position of power, running a program. They tried to go to the Falcons with this whole staff, and the Falcons basically pulled out in the last minute. They're like, we're not firing everybody in our building. And North Carolina said, yeah, you can fire whoever you want. We get Bill Belichick. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is.
I know what it is. I've come up with the reason for it. He has 2 sons. When Bill Belichick moves on from football, who's going to hire them? Right? This is a way, and again, it goes back to what you said was a hubris of the situation. Bill Belichick thought, oh man, I've been beating ass in the NFL forever. How hard could the ACC be? And he was like, I'm going to do well, and then we can move my boy into that head coaching job, and then he'll always have that head coaching thing on his resume, and he'll have work in college football forever. Is it a guarantee that people love Steve Belichick and Brian Belichick so much that they're going to hire them again? Are they going to hire Mike Lombardi's kid to be a quarterback coach anywhere else? I felt like, and as we've been talking about this, this is a way to see the next generation here. Just like help get them placed, make a little bit of money. We get to work together, hang out for a year. Jordan will bring some friends. They'll be cool, and they'll be all right. But obviously, the part that they forgot about was that they were going to have to win, right? Like you've got to be able to win, and they took that for granted because, I mean, I guess they're in the NFL. They thought we compete at the highest level. The ACC is not that, so of course we're going to win. But it has not worked out like that.
Joe, I feel what you're saying. I think that's actually a good motivation. But I'll tell you this: they don't need to worry about that. They hire every other coach's son. Every other coach's son. Every time I'm watching the game, yeah, that's the linebackers coach, Dan Reeves III. Hey, just to let you know, that's the special team coach, Marty Harbaugh. Like every time I'm watching, every goddamn, hey, that's Patty Gruden, the assistant analyst. He's 27 years old. They hire every other coach's son.
Even Jerry Neuheisel, the star of this weekend, right?
Jerry Neuheisel is the coach. Like every other coach's son gets hired. Okay, so don't worry about that, Bill. Let them boys go out and earn their keep.
Not as head coach. Yeah, that's the thing. They ain't about to be head coach.
No, you're right. You're right. You got to work yourself up to it. You got to work yourself up to it. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying if he's trying to set his sons up for success, he's actually doing the opposite by not running a competent program, and it doesn't seem like he's running a competent program right now in North Carolina.
And the Hulu doc is out. That's official now. This is supposed to be an all inside access Hulu documentary about this season. The thing that really gets me with the whole process is like, yes, you knew this team was not good, right? That's what they're saying now. We knew we didn't have the talent in the building, all this sort of stuff. So why do you invite College Game Day in on Monday Night Football? And why do you have Hulu come in and film everything, right? Like you can say all that stuff now that you thought you knew that you didn't have the talent in the building, but it's like you built up this whole thing. And now all the eyeballs came, and now you're upset that their reaction is, this is an abject disaster, right? It's like they wouldn't be here without you selling the idea that Bill Belichick was going to come in and be Nick Saban 2.0, right? I mean, that to me is where there's a little bit of like, what happened here? How do we get to this point?
Yeah. Look, here's the reality. I did not think, and we got there pretty quickly, that we would be turning the page on North Carolina football. I thought they would hang around. I thought they'd get their 5th win. They'd have a big upset. The
Clemson game. That's what people thought, right?
I thought that the genius of Bill Belichick was worth something. And you guys, the guy can coach ball. He can coach ball and he can run an organization. We've seen that. But I do think that in this media landscape with this type of eyeballs on him, he is doing some type of damage to his legacy, the way his coaching career is going out. Some type of damage.
Yeah, Joel, you said like in 10 years people will forget. I'm not sure they will. I really do. I think this might leave such a bad taste in people's mouths that they might be able to go down the line of saying that Bill Belichick won and the Patriots won in spite of him, not because of him, which is the opposite of what the conversation always was.
I just think he's going to get inducted into the Hall of Fame. And people
of course,
are going to do the hagiography. Yeah. And Patriots fans going to be happy. And hopefully by that time, North Carolina would have moved on to somebody else. Because I don't think I mean, people don't talk about Bill Walsh ending off at Stanford. Now, the difference is he didn't embarrass himself in the way that Bill is.
He was good in his first year. Yeah.
So many people are embarrassing themselves in the world and so many bad things are happening. I just can't guarantee that people are going to care about Bill Belichick in 10 years unless they go to the Wikipedia page.
Yeah, fair point. Fair point.
Also, you look at Matt Patricia at Ohio State, and he's out scheming everybody. And you're saying to yourself in that first game against Texas, I'm like, okay, North Carolina's going to be fine. Like, look what Patricia is doing with this defense. Yes, he has a lot of talent, but also some of the stunts, some of the NFL kind of verbiage that came over. It seemed like it would be exactly what North Carolina would be up to, but I think his eye's not on the prize. I'm just going to say that.
No, wait.
I don't want to blame Jordan, but
Tate, did y'all talk about this in North Carolina about the fact that Scott Pioli is helping to build that roster in Virginia, and he didn't come down there to North Carolina with the boys?
Right. I mean, there's tons of examples. Also, Bill O'Brien at Boston College is the second worst team in the ACC. So these are two former Patriots guys, former head coaches in the NFL that look kind of lost at sea. So
I mean, Belichick's coaching tree is notoriously rotten. It's always
Dookie.
been. Yeah. It's like it's not one of the best things that you
make that
it's
graphic, Dookie. Yeah,
that's not. It's nothing new.
Oh, there you have it. The Bill Belichick experience, it continues. The roller coaster ride continues. We'll see who's on the plane going to the California game. I think that is the next conversation to be had. Now let's talk about some good teams. We did have a good slate of games on Saturday. We talked about a few of them. Obviously, the big upset, the UCLA game, we got to that. Let's do one big reaction. I'll start with you, Van. One big reaction from over the weekend.
This is not in any way some incredible, pithy take, but Miami is the most complete team in college football. We've seen it now. We've seen Miami up against a variety of competition. I'm not going to act like they've played the best competition, but they've beaten Notre Dame. They've beaten Florida State.
Two good teams, in my opinion. Yeah.
Two good teams. And they've beaten a Florida team, which is at least capable of beating another team with high-level talent. Now, Texas is in the shit box. But still, though, it's a team with real.
Speaking of Dookie,
with real players on the squad. So they've come out and they've won these football games. And what you've seen is, you've seen dominance by some of their newcomers. You've seen Carson Beck look like he's knowing with the defensive and offensive lines. Man, a bunch of fucking animals. Miami is a tough out right now. Their schedule looks pretty navigable for the rest of the season. That doesn't mean that they won't, fuck up and have an off game somewhere.
Have a Syracuse game from last year, right?
Syracuse. That doesn't mean that. Yep. But right now, from what we've seen, even more so than than Ohio State or anybody else that people are falling in love with, Miami looks like the most complete team in the country.
I don't necessarily disagree with that. I still don't think they're the best team in the country, but I mean, they have probably the most impressive resume of any team in the country right now. Like the only team that they kind of played that was like, okay, Bethune-Cookman. But other than that, I mean, beat Notre Dame, USF, Florida, FSU. I mean, back to back to back to back. I mean, that's a really impressive resume, and it speaks well of them. And I mean, they went right into Tallahassee, took it to the Florida State. I mean, they didn't take their heart from them because Florida State still got back into it a little bit, but it was like, okay, you could clearly see that Miami is a much better team and is, got talent all over the field. So yeah, like, I mean, the only possible hiccup is always the time management thing or the Mario Cristobal, just befuddling coaching decision thing. But
who?
Mario Cristobal.
Cristobal.
Befuddling. Cristobal. What did I say? Oh.
You're having your Nico moment again.
Don't do it, God. Don't do that.
What's happening?
Hey, man, it's funny. I had talked to Jen Psaki today. And they were like, my wife was like, how do you pronounce her name? And I was like, it's not Psaki. So I've been
now
my confidence is shot. My confidence is shot. So I've been what did you say again? Cristobal?
Cristobal.
It's Cristobal.
Like the crystal ball.
That's funny, man. Really? It's like that? Okay. Cristobal.
No, Mario Cristobal is I'm like, what the fuck is Joel talking about?
It's Parker Livingstone all over again.
I've heard it before. Anyway, point is, I sort of agree with Van. I don't think that, but they make a fantastic case for it. And again, I mean, they're not, unless they do something stupid, they're not going to really be tested in the way that all these other teams are going to be the rest of the year. So I think it's very likely that they end the year ranked number one.
Yeah, and if you look at the trenches of that team defensively, I mean, that D-line is monstrous. I mean, Ruben Bain has been incredible. I mean, he's already in the Heisman conversation because of his dominance. But, I mean, that is sort of what Cristobal has always done. He's had an offensive line that's been incredible. He's had a D-line that's been incredible. But for me, my big reaction, they have special players on the outside, skill position guys. And my favorite, I think he's the most electric in the country, Malachi Toney. I was watching Joel Klatt the other day. He kept calling him Kadarius Toney, and it was cracking me up. And I just want to say, the man's name is Malachi. If you don't know the name, you will know it very soon. I mean, the flea flicker touchdown, that was huge. As a true freshman in these big games, I mean, Malachi Toney has answered the bell. And, that is the one piece. They had Restrepo last year, who was great possession receiver. I know that's kind of derogative to call him a possession receiver. He's the all-time leader in receptions for Miami. But Malachi Toney is a different level of elite speed, elite athleticism, game-changing plays. And what he's able to bring to this Miami offense and to give a safety net for Carson Beck, I just think he's been incredible. And if you don't know it now, you need to know his name, Malachi Toney. So shout out to him. I think he's been great.
Oh, yeah. Malachi, yeah, man. I mean, and that was one of the funny things. That was one of the questions about Miami coming into this year. Like you said, they had Restrepo and all those other guys, and they really just seemed to reload at those skill positions. And in fact, they seem a lot more dynamic. It's just like, man, wouldn't it have been cool if Cam Ward had those targets,
I know.
Those people to throw to last year? That would have been really cool.
Well, I think what Cam Ward needed more than anything was a defense. I think the offense was just fine, but yeah,
that's fair.
He needed a defense, but it's for all the changes they've made in terms of their staff, who they've brought in, they are getting immediate results from this team. I expected Carson Beck to play better this year. He's not spinning it like he's Joe Burrow or anything like that, but he is probably the quarterback right now in the country that I have the most confidence in, that's going to make the throws that are there, that's going to make some of the big plays, but also is not going to hurt you when it's time, when the moment gets high leverage. So, a lot of what they're doing, particularly on offense, has to do with the fact that their signal caller is a pro. They got an NFL quarterback.
Absolutely. And they look like a team right now that can win the national championship, which is very encouraging for Michael Irvin and the rest of the Miami fans. Salute to Michael Irvin. Joel, one big reaction. What did you get from this weekend?
So Steve Sarkisian cannot last in that job if Texas continues being the third best team in Texas.
Oh, wow.
It's never a good thing when you start seeing yourself in those social media memes comparing you to coaches who got fired. And they
to James Franklin. Yeah.
Those are yeah. And so they did this. I just saw it this week with him and Jimbo Fisher. And it was like, Sark is 41-19 through 60 games. Jimbo is 39-21. Jimbo had 5 top 10 wins by then. Sark has 2. And then they did, some other stuff. But it was like, hey, man, when people start talking about that and that gets out into the air, and obviously a lot of it is because they were really disappointed about going down there and losing to Florida. But if you had seen that team this year and watched them play, you kind of thought, well, they got a lot of potential, but they haven't shown a lot yet. And so it's not a huge surprise that they went down there and lost. And so I don't know, man. Coming into this season, I thought Sarkisian and Texas had sort of solved for their problem is what I think is the most underachieving major college football program in the country year after year. I mean, for people that want to argue with me about that, 1 national title since desegregation, 2 conference titles in the past 15 years, finished ranked in the top 20 5 times in the past 15 years, and twice they finished 19th. So they've never done what they're supposed to do. And I felt like Sark had everything in alignment. The recruiting was back up. He had Arch Manning sending guys to the league. Their lines were good now.
They were getting called the new Alabama, right?
Yeah.
That athletic article, right?
They beat Alabama at Alabama, which is a huge win for Tech. That is not a game in my lifetime unless Vince Young is the quarterback that they win. And they were doing all that and they seem to have been ticking up. But now all of a sudden you can see the cracks in that foundation. So I don't know, man. I mean, Texas A&M looks pretty solid under Mike Elko. Texas Tech is spending all the money in the world to build a nice roster. I just can't imagine that Longhorn fans are cool with looking up at A&M and Texas Tech. So he's going to have to do something, bro.
Y'all know the Mark Sanchez story? We really got to see Mark Sanchez. It's going to be funny. Joe's going to be involved in a story like that.
Wait, hold on. Is the old man or Mark?
Nah, it's going to be like Colt McCoy has attacked Joe. It's going to be somebody. It's going to be like Joe ran into Ricky Williams, Colt McCoy Roy Williams,
Jordan Shipley.
Jordan.
Stevie Lee. Shout out my boy Stevie Lee. Defensive.
You gonna run into one of these people and they just gonna put some on Joel ass. Joel, the Texas thing.
Good Texas.
Texas. First of all, I'll say this. Number one, we have to put some context to those comparisons to Jimbo Fisher, particularly at A&M. They did make the college football playoff. What is it? Twice.
Yeah.
All right. They got deep into the college football playoff. All right.
Sure.
So they've had some success that they had not had in the recent years before Sark. Tom Herman did not have them playing like that, and Sark was able to at least get Texas back to a point where they were expected to win the SEC. They looked like the class of the SEC. They certainly do not now. So them having a down year because Warby Parker can't get his shit together, like until he starts playing well, his name is Warby Parker.
That's your guy though, Sark. I mean, that's you. That's your dude. You're the Carson. No, well, I'm talking to Sark. I'm using you as a vector to talk to Sark.
True. It's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
Like Carson Palmer. You Jake Locker, Matt Leinart. You've worked with quarterbacks before. So this is your project. That is one of the major reasons that Arch Manning is there in the first place. That he gets to work with Steve Sarkisian, offensive mastermind, who's worked some in the NFL and helped modernize Nick Saban's offense. So if Arch Manning isn't doing well and looks, in fact, not doing well, he looks bad. That's kind of, that's a
I'm not saying it's not. All I'm saying is, as a referendum on Sarkisian, what you're saying about Texas right now is certainly true. They are certainly in the shit box, okay? That's what we call it. They're certainly in the shit box. But, we are getting to a point in college football where the calling for the coach's job by the fan base is starting to become a little fucking annoying.
It's like the boy who cried wolf, right? Yeah. I mean, it's like every single week you lose, you're like, fire this guy. I honestly thought Luke Fickell already got fired. I had to check that the other week. Right. I was like, I thought he got fired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. So it's like we're doing two things. And look, the fan bases are not going to change the way they view their teams and the way they act just because we're in a new era of college football. We're in an era where teams are going to lose a little bit more. We've talked about that. Mm-hmm. So Kalen DeBoer, who would have already been fired if a lot of the Alabama fan base had their way, it seems like that game never even happened now. I don't know if that's going to happen for Texas, but we know Steve Sarkisian is a good coach. We'll see what happens. But for right now, I do think it's a little bit of an overreaction for anybody to be calling for his job.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I know that you're not doing that.
Yeah. I'm not. But it's just something to monitor. That I'm saying, just something to keep track.
The talk has started.
Yeah, the talk has started. Yeah, I'm always like keep your guy. Because I'm fundamentally keep your guy. But Texas thinks that they should be better than that, even though the record shows that that's not who they are. And ain't nobody from the Longhorns is gonna bother me. I'm fine. In Missouri City, man, we don't even care about Texas like that, bro. Most City, dog. We don't care about Texas like that down there.
Travis Scott?
Put it on the record. Joel's a keep your guy.
Wait. Hold on. Keep your guy. Joe's a keep your guy. We're very progressive. So you're not fucking with Travis Scott? Mo City, you're not fucking with him?
I mean, that's not really of my generation. I'm more of a Zero guy, more of a Ghetto Boys guy. I'm not really
a Travis Scott person, even though
not really Travis Scott.
Because see, that's the difference between me and you. I'm not from the era of like NBA YoungBoy, but NBA YoungBoy from Baton Rouge, so I gotta put on for NBA YoungBoy.
I just kind of feel like his vibe. Okay, well, it's not just that like I'm older than him, but it's just that whole Travis Scott vibe and like his audience. Also, man, he went down there and had that concert at NRG and got them people killed, man.
All right, here we go. All right.
I'm just saying. Well, I'm just not.
Yeah, you disavowed after that.
It always
I
makes
see
me.
it.
How does it? This is why people think I'm a hater. I guess. I'm sitting here reflecting. I was like, damn. I mean, I wish the brother well. I hope he's I hope he has a good life. Right. I want the best for him, but he's not my cup of tea.
Let's do overreaction of the week. We were talking about Sark. Here's what Sark said. He was asked about Texas' struggle so far this season. This is the quote. Quote, I mean, take the other. How many teams are there in college football? 136? Take the other 135. Have them go play at Ohio State and at the Swamp. See how they do. end quote. I read this as an excuse, right, Van? Like this, I don't like this quote. This is not. I'm not inspired by that quote.
Okay, see now, y'all done flipped me on him. This is why I can't be consistent. That's what Kalika says. You just can't be consistent on anything, and I can't because like that's not what you want to hear from him.
Right.
That you hear that from the Oklahoma State coach. You hear that from a coach at a team where their schedule is supposed to dictate their success. Texas is a team and a program that is supposed to dominate their opposition. I'm not saying that Texas was supposed to go out and dominate Ohio State. Ohio State is another team that's supposed to dominate their opposition. But you don't want to hear at Texas about how tough a schedule you've had, particularly when the Florida team that you played in the swamp lost to USF. They lost to USF.
Probably would have lost to UCF too, right? I mean, they've looked horrible.
Exactly. So in that situation, Sark is not going to endear himself to the fan base there that has an expectation of winning, that has an expectation with the amount of resources and money that are pumped into that program, that they're going to go out and be better than whoever that they're playing on Saturday. Look, you understand if you lose a game to Ohio State. You understand if you lose a game to a Notre Dame type team, if you lose a game to an A&M, to teams that are supposed to be able to fuck with you, you get that. But that's not what we're talking about here. So if I was looking for a reason to not believe that he could be a dominating head coach at Texas, it's because he just said he couldn't be one. And that's something that he should not be doing.
I mean, dog, he said that shit like, man, we went to the swamp like Percy Harvin and Brandon Spikes were there.
Like Spurrier was
like,
coaching.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, like we said, we just saw a group of 6 teams just go do that, like beat them at home. So yeah, man. I mean, look.
Also, your preseason number one. I mean, at the end of the day, your preseason number one. During the offseason, your offensive guru, you bragged about not having a backup quarterback because you don't need one because you have a Heisman candidate in Arch Manning. And so far, those things, I mean, going back to hubris, sounds like hubris.
You have the wealthiest, you're part of the wealthiest athletic program in the country. You don't take a backseat to anybody. Like, you got everything you need to make the swamp nothing for you, right? There's nothing in your way. It's you are your pilot here. You can make it happen for yourself. You can author your own story. And then you're going to be up here talking about, man, well, sometimes we got to go play at Mississippi State, man. They be ringing them cowbells. I mean, you
can't
tell
hear
me.
Anything.
Yeah, it confuses me up there. So man. Again, this is very Texas football. I'm enjoying it. It's great. I mean, this is fundamentally who they are. They're soft.
Watch out, Joel. Watch out. They're listening.
Boy, Joel. Joel, I'm telling you.
Ain't no more Grady Cavanises there, man. You know?
I'm telling you, Joel.
Butch
Henry Melton gonna see you somewhere and just put a foot in your ass.
Nah, man. Nah, bro. Me and Roy Williams, man, if I see him, I'll dap him up, man. Like, what's up? Shit, man.
That's good, Roy.
BJ Johnson.
I would dap up Roy Williams too, just the other Roy Williams. So, shout out. I love that.
Cool too.
Yeah, different connotations. Let's do a first fact here because you brought up the other Texas teams. Texas Tech, first 5-0 start, 5 straight wins by 20 points for the first time since 1953, 1954. So, Texas Tech looking like a team in Texas that we can finally buy into. Also, they dominated the portal. They've kind of given you a blueprint that you can just go get a team and put a team together, and they can, look like Joey McGuire having a great year coaching this squad. So do we believe in the Red Raiders right now? They even just changed, they de-beveled the logo. They're trying to change everything down there at Texas Tech.
They are a professional college football team, and they are the first proof of concept of the professional model of college football, that it can be done to that degree. Now, listen, what I mean by that is this. Like, that the rest of these teams that we're talking about that are in play for the national championship, they have this amazing tradition. If you're talking about the LSUs, the Texases, the Ohio States, the Notre Dames, all of the teams that were supposedly teams that could take a shot or at least an outside shot at the national championship, the Alabamas, hell, even the Florida States. Texas Tech is a team that does not have that type of tradition. I'm not saying that there's no football tradition that exists at Texas Tech. If you are a college football fan, you've had a lot of good times.
Shout out to Mike Leach.
Shout out to Mike Leach.
Michael
Bam
Crabtree.
Morris.
Yeah, you've had a lot of good times with Texas Tech. I'm not saying that you haven't. But I'm saying for this team to be this good, and they are that good, for this team to be this good in the way that they are, and for them to have been able to get that good by using the levers that they could pull in this version of college football, this particular place that college football is in. Their proof of concept that you can kind of do that at a place where it hasn't always been high-level college football winning. That if you have the right alumni group, the right boosters, and the right want to from your people in place there, your intelligentsia, your money people, whatever, your ADs, that you can turn Lubbock into Ann Arbor or into Columbus or into Austin a lot quicker than you think you'd be able to.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, so have either of y'all ever been to Lubbock?
I have.
You have? Okay, what'd you think? Did you go to Buddy Holly Museum or what did you do?
So, I gotta be nice though. I gotta be nice.
Yeah.
Because
great
the reason
fans,
why I
by
gotta
the way.
be nice
Like
is
Texas Tech at the Final Four 2019, they were playing Old Town Road. They were going ham. I was like, man, I like Texas Tech.
Going Darvin ham.
I gotta be nice because it's not like I'm gonna go there, but I have fun. Like really? I like that part of Texas. I like that part of Texas because it's weird. It's a reason why the horror movies a lot of times would take place.
Big sales job here, right here.
In that, I'm just saying.
West Texas.
It's a reason why the horror movies would take place in those parts of West Texas because it's something eerie, ethereal, and very almost ancient about that part of it. I enjoyed my time in Lubbock, but I like Marfa. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
wow, you've been to Marfa. Okay.
Yeah, I've been to Marfa before. So, like, I like those parts of Texas, though.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, and I would say, I think that part of Texas is a beautiful place to go. Like, you can look clear across the horizon for like 2 miles. Like, you can see it. Like, really, the sky is so big.
You driving, and if you like,
you're going 100. It's like the speed limit's like 90. Yeah.
Right. You driving, and you like, if we get a flat tire, we dead. Like
they tell you to get gas.
You're driving. You like if you lose cell phone service, you're fucked. Man. Anything could happen. There's something about it.
I really recommend if you can do it. There's no reason for anybody to do this trip, but I made a drive from Oklahoma City to Lubbock in 2003, and it was great. You can stop at the Big Texan Steakhouse in Amarillo. You can get a free 72-ounce steak, but you got it if you eat it all in one setting. And that's where I learned that I didn't have to have my steak well done. I was a well done steak guy.
Yeah.
And the waitress was like, I promise you, if you have a medium, if you don't like it, you don't have to pay for it. I was like, all right, I'll try. It was very sweet of her. So I was like, all right, well,
Joel, they called you so many N-words. Joel, it was so funny. Like, there was a chef back there making steaks, and he said, you go out there and you tell that nigger that there's a way that a good upstanding white eats their steaks. And if he wants to eat here,
best I can do is medium.
The best I can do is medium. You go back out there and you tell him, this ain't the South Side of Chicago now. He's in West Texas. And she was all freaked out because she was like, I can't go out there. So she was being nice to you.
She was.
And she was being nice to you, but they called you so many N-words back there, bro.
I wish I could remember this woman's name because nobody has had that. It's just like one of those moments of impact in your life. You just never know. You never know when something like that's going to happen. And like, I'm going to remember that moment forever. And that woman really got me. But the thing is, I'm more of a medium well guy now. I still just, medium's still just a little too much pink for me. I'm sorry.
It's a little too much.
What were we talking about?
Shout out to Texas Tech. I just wanted to give them a shout out. You know what I mean? They look like a good football team. Wanted to give them some love. And West Texas, shout out to you guys. Start bench cut. Let's have a fun one. Heisman favorites. If you look right now, FanDuel. Appreciate FanDuel sponsoring the show. We got 3 guys who are top of the board. We got Dante Moore from Oregon. We got Carson Beck of Miami, and we got Ty Simpson of Alabama. Now, this is a tough conundrum right now. We got a lot of football to play. Start bench cut. I'll go to you first, Joel. How do you feel about those 3?
All right, I want to start with cut first. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of Carson Beck because I think he's a good quarterback, but I don't think anybody thinks of him as the engine of that offense. Like you just up here talking about Malachi Toney. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And his numbers aren't overwhelming. And like while the other guys are playing a Big Ten SEC schedule, he's gonna be on the what's that network again? What is it?
CW.
Yeah. CW.
Shout out to the CW.
He's going to be on the CW playing Louisville, Stanford, SMU, Syracuse. I mean, come on, bro. Nobody is going. The only thing Carson Beck can hope to do is screw his hopes up. So now we get to the other two guys. I think I'm going to bench Ty Simpson because he's going to have plenty of opportunities to play in front of a huge national audience. He does look like he might literally be the best quarterback in the country. Like, it's shocking. I'd like when I think about the guy that I would want, I probably would want him. And he's got great supporting cast, good offensive line, but
got a run game now.
Got a run game now that Jam Miller's back. There's a lot of opportunities to look bad and lose. So that's why I think that you got to start Dante Moore. He's got the big showcase game against Indiana this weekend that we're going to talk about. A very manageable schedule down the thing. And he's just, and according to Shout Out FanDuel, he's the Heisman favorite. And so I think that's right. I think he's going to avenge the Heisman that Dennis Dixon should have won, or at least been able to. Dennis Dixon should have been able to go to New York. But whatever. But the point is that I think Dixon. That Dennis Dixon. You don't remember Dennis Dixon, man?
I do. I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Long time, man. I was thinking about him today when this came up. I was like, damn, Dennis Dixon, man.
They might have won a national championship that year. They might have been had he not got hurt. And yeah.
Oh yeah, man. He got hurt on that Thursday night game. I'll never forget. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start Ty Simpson. I'm going to bench Carson Beck. I'm going to cut Dante Moore.
Wow.
And that's just because of the way I think the season is going to shake out. I think Beck and Simpson's going to have the numbers, and he's going to look like the most impressive quarterback. I think there's another loss in there for Alabama. We'll see where it's at. Carson Beck is going to be on what I think is going to be the best team in the country, and his Heisman watch is going to start really intensifying as he starts to pile up numbers against the lesser competition that they are getting ready to face. Right now, he doesn't have the numbers, but you have to think they're about to go into the part of their schedule where he is going to pile up those numbers, right?
Good point.
Dante Moore, I think his welcome to college football moments are going to happen this season. I don't know if it starts this weekend, but I think that they will happen. I think by the time the season is over, those two guys, Beck and Simpson, are going to be a little bit ahead of Moore in terms of who's going to win the Heisman. But I wouldn't be surprised to see all of these guys in New York.
Yeah, I think they'll all be there, and I think it will be a quarterback class. I want to give a shout-out to Tez Johnson, former wide receiver for Oregon. When they got done last year, Oregon, in his closing press conference, he said that Dante Moore was going to be a Heisman finalist, and they were like, oh, really, Dante Moore? So Tez Johnson now with the Buccaneers. Wanted to give him some love. Very prophetic for doing that. I'm going to go Carson Beck, though, to start. I'm going to bench Dante Moore. I'm going to cut Ty Simpson. I think,
wow.
I think Carson Beck is going to put up the numbers. I think the narrative is great. Leaving Georgia, goes down to Miami. We're talking about stolen Lamborghinis. We're talking about Cavender twins. We're talking about everything that's not football related. And this guy put a good product on the field. Bill Belichick, take a lesson from Carson Beck. But I think he's got the narrative. You know what I mean? And a lot of times this award is about the narrative, right? I mean, Travis Hunter, the narrative was great around him. I mean, it really does. It does come down to the storytelling. Carson Beck got a great story.
Man, you guys look at Carson Beck, and I mean, he does look like a really solid quarterback, like a really good. He's got a lot of potential. You can see why the scouts like him. But y'all look at him and y'all really see. I don't know what it is about him, and this could just be my own bias. I look at that dude, I'm like, he don't look like somebody that could be the best. Yeah, right. He does not look like the dude who could be the best college player in college. Best player.
I know why it is. Because he's white.
Well, you're the one. I mean, why you tripping? You are the one that cut the black one. By the way,
because you know what? Because you know what? I'm fair. All right?
Inbound.
I'm fair. You know what? But I'm sick of. I'll tell you guys one thing that I want to say right now. I'm sick of the race baiting that happens, and I don't stand for it. So for all of the people out there, I'm going to start calling out all the race baiting that I see. In every place that I see it, because it's not something that I ever get into. I stay far away from talking about that type of stuff.
Above the fray.
Above the fray. So I'm sick of it right now.
We established that you were anti-woke on Saturday. This is true.
Not as sleep as could be. Okay?
Ring Your Tailgate is brought to you by FanDuel. This college football season is delivering weekly showdowns you don't want to miss. And right now, all customers on FanDuel can score a 50% profit boost for this week's big match on campus between Texas and Oklahoma this weekend. I like the matchup, and I do like this prop for you. I'm going to take Ryan Wingo of Texas to score a touchdown in this game. You can get that at plus 210 right now. And the best part, you get paid instantly when you win. Use your boost on bets like spreads, over-unders, team props, and so much more. Don't wait. Visit FanDuel.com/tailgate to download the app and boost your next bet on this week's marquee game. Must be 21 or older and present in select states, or 18 and older and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. And then the post roll too. Okay. Must be 21 or older and present in select states for Kansas in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 and older and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rghelp.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 27 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. All right, welcome back, Ring Your Tailgate. Let's do biggest games of the week. Great weekend of football games. Van just let us know prior to coming on the air that he got an exclusive VIP invite to the Michigan game. Sharon Moore came out and said that Michigan fans are going to fill up the building and that's the reason why it's sold out. Lincoln Riley says, I don't care what he says. So we got some nice beef going into that game. So that's going to be a good one to watch out here. Yeah, it's great.
I don't care what he said.
I don't care what he says is what he said. That's great. But here we go. Biggest games of the week. We got number one Ohio State at number 17 Illinois, number 8 Alabama at number 14 Missouri. We got number 6 Oklahoma at Texas. That's a Red River rivalry. Going to be a good game. Number 7 Indiana at number 3 Oregon. So 4 huge games right there. Joel, I'll go to you first. What game out of those 4 really stands out to you?
Well, I mean, I'm from this part of the country and I've never been to this game, and I want to go to this game so bad one day, the OU Texas game, because really right now we're talking about Texas playing for its playoff life, right? Like they've got 2 losses, a third one. I mean, it's possible that a 3-loss team will make the playoffs at some point, but in one year we see that kind of was the cutoff there. So if they lose here, they're probably out of the playoff race. But there's also this intrigue on, hey man, is Oklahoma's quarterback John Mateer going to play? He was supposedly going to be out for at least 3 weeks with the broken right hand. That's his throwing hand. And so if he were to try to play, and it seems to be indications that, he wants to be available for that game, but that's only like 17 days since he got hurt. So even if he were to play, I can't imagine that he would be operating at peak capacity. So that's
he's going to be on the injury report. My sources have said he's going to be on the injury report, and they're making the decision on Friday. That's what I've been told.
So there you go.
We've reached out. That's what they said. And Arbuckle is telling him he doesn't need to play, but it sounds like Mateer wants to play. So there you go.
I still think it'll be a close game, even if Michael Hawkins has to go.
It looked all right. Yeah,
he looked okay. And it's a great atmosphere, man. I'm shocked that I've not been to this game personally, but yeah, man, I think I like the idea of Texas having to be really desperate in this game. OU gets to make up for getting embarrassed last year and still maintain, inside positioning to be in the SEC title game. So there's a lot at stake in Dallas this Saturday.
One of the biggest Red Rivers we've seen in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the biggest ones. I mean, you have Brent Venables and his team playing to sort of solidify that they are a team to be reckoned with, and Oklahoma football is back. Whatever. Everyone is back. Everyone is out. Everyone is back. And then you have, like you said, Texas fighting for their lives. If Texas were to lose, this would be 2 straight losses, and it puts them almost in, not quite, but almost in a Penn State situation, where you have the whole nation breathing down your neck about what is possible, especially when you think about what we thought was possible. So it's just a gigantic game for Sark. It's a huge game for Oklahoma. It's a Red River to where the winner of the game has positioned themselves. It's a sigh of release from the Texas fans, and it's a we're back sort of nut dropping moment for Oklahoma. So that's a big one. I'm going to go with, though, Indiana and Oregon.
Ooh, a good game.
That's a fucking fantastic college football game for me. Based upon what we've seen from Penn State, does that change our opinion of Oregon? Now, normally, it wouldn't. In a normal college football season, we look at these teams, we look at these rosters, and we go, hey, you stub your toe, it is what it is. This college football season has been different. The losses that Clemson suffered, everybody was wondering whether or not that should make you look at LSU differently. And it turned out it should have. It should have made you look at LSU differently. You have other teams now that, with the parity that we have in the sport, how they are performing as teams in regards to our expectations of them, the transitive property of this team is not as good as we thought they were. So your win against them isn't quite what we thought it was. There are a lot of other years where that wasn't a thing. This is just not one of those years. This is one of those years where we're still asking so many questions this deep into the season that Oregon still has something to prove in this game against Indiana. And Indiana has something to prove in this game against Oregon. Even though Illinois went on to beat SC, this is a game where Indiana, every single Saturday, Indiana is answering the critics about whether or not they're a legitimate college football power. I think those questions have already been answered, but they're going to get another shot in Autzen on Saturday. So I can't wait to see this one.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think that the winner of this game probably is going to play, assuming things play out the way we assume they will. And why would we assume that anything's going to play out the way we assume? But that the winner of this game is probably going to play Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game because neither of them face them in the regular season, so they get to avoid them. Indiana does have to play against Penn State at the end of the year, but who even knows what kind of state that Penn State will be at that point in the season. So
they changed the end zones. That was a big story. They updated the end zones, went back to the throwback. It was a classic deflection. I love college football.
Yeah,
They're they're like, look at our new end zones.
Yeah, and I mean, look, for people, this is just sort of weird to think, but these might be the two best quarterbacks in the country that are getting together on Saturday.
Yep.
Between Fernando Mendoza and Dante Moore, a couple of guys also that might be, if they both declare, could be the two top quarterbacks drafted in this next draft. So, we're going to get to see some good quarterback play. The scene at Autzen is amazing. I covered a game there before. It's the real deal. Especially when those folks are geeked up. And so, man, this is going to be something that Indiana. I mean, it's like going to Notre Dame in the playoffs, right? You're going to find out what they're made of now. This is to be what Indiana aspires to be. And what their fans are telling us they are, this is the kind of game you sort of win as proof of concept.
Van, I want to get your take on this. We get the anti-Gundy from Cignetti. So going into this game, we remember Gundy talking about they're not going to wear the Nike, they're going to put duct tape over the Nike uniform, and they paid for their team and all sort of stuff. Got them all fired up. But Cignetti before this game said, quote, he's probably one of the most impressive young coaching phenoms that come around in a while. Talking about Dan Lanning. He also said, I don't care what their roster spend is. They have a lot of talent on that team. So, I mean, Cignetti famously for being a little bit of, kind of
salty.
poking the bear. You know what I mean? This time he's buttering up Dan Lanning. Is this a smart gameplay?
That tells me he believes in this team. Before, when you're a scrappy dude, you stick your chest out. My daddy used to say, a real confident man doesn't stick his chest out. He just walks. He just stands up straight. He's like, there's a difference between sticking your chest out and just standing up straight. When you're confident, you just stand up straight and you walk into a room. When you poking your chest out, you're trying to make people believe it. I think there was a part of Curt Cignetti that needed his team to hear the way he talked about them and talked about everything else, because he was trying to prove to everyone that Indiana football was a real entity, right? That's been proven. That's been proven. They are real. We don't know if they're real elite, but they are real. So there's no need to give Oregon bulletin board material going into Autzen. You might not want to slobber the knob, okay? You might not want to do that, but there's no need for him to be the old Kurt Signetti. Let the talking happen on the field. Your team is that good. You believe in them. They believe in themselves. I think it was a smart way to go.
I kind of want to see what Indiana's uniforms look like too. Like they just a school. I feel like they got kind of a interesting enough color scheme that I'm like, man, I want to see what that looks like in that stadium there. That's gonna be kind of cool, man. I mean, just Indiana, man. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. This era of college football, like the concept of Indiana playing an important game is just amazing to me. So yeah,
you know what they need? Indiana needs a Michael Irvin because they have a lot of famous. They need like Isaiah Thomas. They need Isaiah Thomas to be their Michael Irvin.
Is Kent Benson still alive?
Or they need, didn't Antoine Randall L go there as well?
He did.
Yeah.
So they need Antoine Randall L, shout out to him. He was a dog, right?
Yeah,
but he might not be quite enough. But they need Isaiah Thomas to take the Michael Irvin path. They need somebody prowling the sidelines, going fucking nuts. Victor Oladipo, I just saw him put 20 on the Spurs. Let Victor Oladipo go up there and go
Cody
nuts
Zeller.
up and Cody go nuts up and down the sideline, going fucking crazy.
So if I say Anthony Thompson, that ain't gonna do nothing for y'all. Y'all don't remember Anthony Thompson, do you? He's a great running back in the late '80s.
I think he'd move the needle. Somebody.
Right.
We need somebody.
Right.
We need somebody to run.
Indiana has no.
Okay, I'm saying like have somebody. They got all kinds of people. What was the guy? He played. He was in Blue Chips. What was his name?
Oh man.
Bobby Hurley wore the Indiana jersey in Blue Chips. Remember, Bobby Hurley played.
Probably
for
they
Indiana
had him
Blue
playing.
Chips.
I can't believe Bobby.
No
Hurley
man,
did
he
that.
was a power forward, man. I know
this guy was. He played Ricky Rowe, but he played for Indiana in real life. His name was.
I'm gonna get it for you, Matt Nover.
Let Matt Nover go there and prowl the sidelines. Get them all together. Put all of the guys together. And let them prowl the sidelines. They need something like that. Get us going. Get us going, Indiana.
Yeah, come on.
Eric Gordon. I mean, Eric Gordon is
Eric Gordon.
Eric Gordon. He could be there.
Eric Gordon used to be in there tossing that thing. Go over there and go let Eric Gordon get loose.
Yeah,
Crank the
I like
siren.
it. I like it. Just a couple notes on the other matchups. Alabama, Mizzou. This could be an Ahmad Hardy game, like a Heisman announcement type game for them. Drinkwitz, by the way, could be a big win for him. They obviously beat Ohio State. That was probably his biggest win so far, but a signature victory at home for Mizzou. Make sure people know they're for real. That could be a big moment. Illinois having back-to-back ranked games, big deal for them as well. So shout out to the Illini. Let's do favorite other matchup. Van, who do you have this weekend?
Easy one. South Carolina, LSU. Obviously, LSU needs a victory. They need to win, but they also need to prove some things. Lenore Sellers is a quarterback that has not had the year that a lot of people thought that he would have had. South Carolina's reeling a little bit. It's an interesting game for both fan bases in that both fan bases are disappointed in the product that's been on the field, and it's going to be somebody's get-right game. And it's going to be interesting to see which fan base, LSU coming off of a bye, which fan base gets right in this game. I'm really interested to see how both teams respond.
Shane Beamer, by the way, said that there's no way they can, quote unquote, simulate heavily intoxicated Louisianans in Tiger Stadium, end quote. So I thought that was a pretty good quote going into the game. Shout out to Shane
I don't know
Beamer.
why people act like we're going to be, no, we be drunk at that bitch. Yeah, we drunk. So you can't
That's what you're supposed to do.
A beer, the beer's flowing.
Honestly, the best fan base I ever dealt with, LSU fans, 2010 Chick-fil-A kickoff. They were great. It was a close game, 31-30. Zach Pianalto dropped the ball at the end of that game. Heartbreaker. But the LSU fans after the game were great. And they were trying to fire Les Miles, right? Even though they won, they were like, we got to fire Les Miles. So,
we can't be beating Carolina by one.
Yeah, close game. Joel, favorite other matchup on the board?
I mean, I got Florida at Texas A&M because America is going to get to see Kyle Field at night in like all of its ultra weird glory, right? The cadets, the whole shebang, like they're going to see
a lot of stolen valor happening. Yeah.
Yes, it's going to be amazing, and it truly is not an easy place to win. And so that's going to be also. are the Gators for real? Right? Like I they got on track against Texas.
They're not. They're not for real.
Wait, no, because they made dog. Are you gonna tell Dallas Wilson he's not for real? Because I just wonder if
Dallas Wilson's great.
I'm wondering if Dallas Wilson might be the difference here. It just felt like they played different when they had that brother out there. It was like, oh shit, we got somebody out here who can go.
Napier is like Saban when he's on the hot seat. I mean, he turns into a totally different coach. I mean, that's Billy Napier on the hot seat.
They looked good against a team that was ostensibly like decent. Like I don't. Who knows what anybody is anymore? But that win, sort of piqued my interest in Florida. And again, and we talked about it on Saturday. Them boys play hard for Billy Napier, man.
They do. They do. That's the one thing you cannot say. They play hard for their coach. Yeah. They play hard for Billy Napier, which is why, if there was a consistent scheme and all of that, you just think that they could be playing better. Maybe they have found something. Let me not be so hasty. Maybe they have found something. I just think we've seen enough from Florida this year to know that there's some major, major, major problems. But who knows? They got some momentum now. See how they play on Saturday.
This feels like a game that Mike Elko needs to win just to send the message that this is not the same old A&M. You know what I mean? So that's really the situation.
Them losing this game would be very typical Aggie. So absolutely.
Yeah, and I think he's got that circled for everybody. I want to point this game out. Denton, Texas. We're talking a lot of Texas towns on this podcast, but North Texas, this is like a G5 playoff game right here. Number 24 South Florida going down to take on North Texas. I'm a big fan of Eric Morris, their head coach. He was a former Wazoo offensive coordinator, obviously learned under Mike Leach. This is a team that knows how to play football, especially on the offensive side of the football. So this is going to be a fun game. Two good quarterbacks going head-to-head. So if you're not watching this game on Friday night, you're really missing out. So go check out South Florida, North Texas. Nice G5 showdown. I know we keep it more P5, but I like a G5.
No, man. The Mean Green, man. Denton, Texas is fun, man. North Texas is a fun school. Texas Women's University is right up there. That's a good time. Y'all, that'll be a fun place to go hang out, man. Y'all should go check that game out if you're in the Dallas area somewhere.
Go get some medium steaks in Denton, Texas. You know what I mean? That's
medium well.
Some other notable games that are on the board. I mentioned it before. Number 15, Michigan at USC. That'll be a good one. We got number 10, Georgia at Auburn. BYU, number 18, at Arizona. Number 21, Arizona State at Utah. A little swap there with the Utah and the Arizona schools going back at it. This is a fun one. Wazoo at number 4, Ole Miss. Wazoo, not the same old Wazoo, but an interesting game just based on their scheduling with the Pac-2/future Pac-12. NC State at number 16, Notre Dame is another game to throw out there. Virginia Tech at number 13, Georgia Tech. Just, some more games to kind of get your palate going.
I saw you skip that game in College Park, Tate. I saw Nebraska and Maryland. That's a good game. Dylan Raiola about to be in the house.
Trying to launch a show.
Dylan Raiola might be here,
man. Maryland football again.
Maryland football.
Maryland football almost had a big win last week.
Terps, man.
Almost. Show,
September, Maryland, man. Okay. That's the thing.
TCU at Kansas State, Joel. You fired up for that one?
Not really. I mean, look, I was just really disappointed in that loss at Arizona State, and I still haven't quite gotten over it yet. But look, we got Eric McAllister back, Kavorian Barnes, the running back, is there. K-State. See, the thing about this, I don't want to believe because, K-State should be easy work, man. TC is much more talented than they should beat their ass. But this is just the kind of game that I've gotten used to us losing over the last couple of years. So I'm trying to protect my heart.
Smart. Number 22, Iowa State at Colorado. I did want to bring this up. Prime. This is a Prime Day, and I don't understand how Amazon hasn't done a deal with Coach Prime, and they have him being the voice of the Prime Day situation. Maybe that's something in the future they can figure out. But he just had his 16th surgery. He had a 4-hour procedure for blood clots in his leg today. That was announced, but he's expected to still coach. Deion, he didn't have a shoe on when he was coaching during the game this past weekend. So obviously a lot still happening with Coach Prime, but he's still keeping it going. So I wanted to give a salute and a shout out to him because, man, it just feels like every single week there's a new story, right? It's crazy.
Just want to see him okay.
Yeah, see him healthy, man. It's just, man, I hope he's okay. Man, do you see the clip with what is it? Carucci? That's how you say it?
Yeah.
Carucci.
Say that you want to see him okay, then you diss his girl.
No, I'm not dissing his girl. Yeah. I'm not dissing his girl at all. But Prime, man, power to you, brother.
There you go.
He was great in the press conference. I guess Eli Manning on Monday Night Football said that Travis Hunter didn't practice with the offense, and then he was asked about it, and he went into detail how they actually did the practices. So Prime, still like in prime form when it comes to like going at the media narratives he does not agree with. Also, when they're false, he's not afraid to call it out. So Coach Prime still seems like he's all with it, and
that's where you got your tactics from today, man. You were like, man,
yeah, Coach Prime teaches.
I'm gonna defend
I almost
North
put my
Carolina
sunglasses
like
back
Prime
on.
would.
Yeah, when you guys were asking me about Bill Belichick, I had to almost put my sunglasses on, make sure block out the haters. But is what it is. This has been Ringer Tailgate. Van, Joel, appreciate you guys. We will be back live on Saturday. We'll be reacting to the full slate of games, and we appreciate everybody tuning in, and we will see you all then. Must be 21 or older and present in select states. For Kansas in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 and older and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rghelp.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.